gave it a go, looked at the numbers, and it was just something that I just thought, you know what, it's too good a deal to give on to anybody else.
Absolutely.
And then also, it was an ideal deal for me and my JV partner to test our business relationship.
Yes. So has this whet your appetite for doing more of these, or do you think it's back to residential rent-to-rent or something? We are behind the shop, but do you think Kiren's done enough to take away that fact that it is behind the shop? Hi, it's Ranjan here, and this is the second video in the series where we are looking at one of my students' very first commercial to residential conversion project, where she has taken a property in West Ealing, which is basically a shop, and made a residential flat at the back while retaining the shop at the front. It was bought last year. This whole project start to finish about 7 or 8 months, and £200,000 profit in it. It's absolutely storming deal. You can do this sort of thing too. It's just a matter of knowledge, having the knowledge and applying it, basically. It's as simple as that. If you missed part 1 of this video, do check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. This was recorded when she'd just bought the property, and we went down pretty much to pick up the keys and saw the whole thing for the first time and outlined the plan and the vision for the whole thing. This video is now when the project's complete, and you can see for yourself what was done to the property, the issues and teething problems that Kiren had and overcame, how she actually financed and did the transaction with very, very little, if any, of her own money, and also what it's actually become at the end. And we've got an estate agent who's features in the video, who comes and gives his assessment and valuation of the product that has been created. And as I said in the headline of this video, £200,000 on her first commercial to residential conversion project. An absolutely fantastic deal, an absolutely fantastic entrepreneur. For more of these videos, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. Tell us what you think about this project in the comments below. Ask me any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. Stay tuned till the very end of this video, and I'll share with you how you can get involved and attend the workshop and learn the knowledge that Kiren got to do this project, and I'll give you a very special offer on that too. But for now, enjoy Kiren Gill's very first commercial to residential project, part 2. Good to see you. So hi everyone, I'm with Kiren Gill. We're back again to look at this project in Ealing, where she has created a flat behind a shop out of permitted development. If you haven't already done so, make sure you watch the first video in the series where we shot this shop beforehand, if you like, when she'd just picked up the keys. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. We release new content each and every week, and it's all dedicated to helping you be more successful in property. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you get notified as soon as we upload, because there's plenty of great videos on here. Kiren, hello.
Hi.
Thanks for inviting me back. And this is I've been very excited to come back to this project. This is a strategy that I've taught for a few years now. We've done quite a few of these where we take a shop under permitted development, make a flat at the back. We've actually invested a little bit of money in this project as well, and it's great to see someone learn the strategy from a workshop and then come along and do it, because this really is a fantastic job. So just talk us through the process, because you first learned about the strategy a good couple of years ago, I think it was.
I think in 2016.
2016, you came on the workshop, learned the strategy. So why is it taking so long to put it all into action?
Because our strategy, because at the workshops you were teaching a lot more than just the commercial to residential. At that point, as my husband's a builder, we were looking for more sites in regards to our strategy was ground up. New builds. So that's what we were looking for. And then I did think to myself, you know, it's really great, you're making money out of this commercial thing, and I know a few people were, but it's almost like that buy-to-let thing. It didn't really interest me until we decided, obviously looked at some deals, did the numbers on the new builds, you know, ground up projects, and the deals, because I'm a deal sourcer, and the numbers just weren't stacking. So I thought, okay, let me just try this strategy, because I know a lot of my investors and developers, investors that are part of my investor circle, they're all interested in this commercial to resi. What is this about? I understood bits of it, obviously, took bits of it in, but the penny didn't really drop till a lot later, when the market was a bit uncertain for sort of new builds. So I gave it a go, looked at the numbers, and it was just something that I just thought, you know what, it's too good a deal to give on to anybody else.
Absolutely.
And then also, it was an ideal deal for me and my JV partner to test our business relationship.
Yes.
The numbers are phenomenal. I mean, we're really, really happy with the numbers.
We'll come on to the numbers a little bit later, but this is if you watch the first video, you'll find out more about it. It's a under permitted development. You can take a shop and convert the back of it into a flat without the vagaries of planning permission. You can get all that done relatively simply. This is their place in Ealing. So in the last video, we just picked up the keys.
Yes.
And at that stage, you put in the prior approval notice.
We did, and it took us the 56 days, and you know, PT was approved. But in the meantime, we did all the business sort of, I would say, project management,
Yes.
design. So we had our teams on board doing all.
So
of
what
that
did you do in that 56 days when you were waiting for the council to rubber
okay.
stamp? What did you get done?
Okay, we looked at obviously the design. We looked at the actual layout as well. We wanted to make sure that we make use of every single space. So I think we've really done well. Obviously, people will get to see that in a minute. And we did actually consider different kind of designs, but we wanted to make it a kind of a flat that was different to the average new build. And we felt the design had to be really sort of thinking about their health and well-being as well. So we thought about light, space, lots of things which people get to see in the flat in a minute.
We're going to show you the flat in a mo, but at the moment we're in the shop.
Yes.
So this was a massively deep shop, which was really wrong size
Yes.
for what people want today. And we've literally cut it. So the space is what you see. There's a little toilet and kitchenette in the back.
Yep.
You've just you've repainted it and put some flooring
Freshened it
down.
up, flooring, just painted the walls, skirting boards we've put up, and that's about it really. But and freshened the paint a little bit on the exterior as well. And that's it.
And you are putting this up for sale as an office?
We are. We're thinking of. I mean, we've been utilising it. We don't feel like actually moving out now because it's really comfortable place, and every single shop that you want is down the road. It caters for all your needs, and it's a lovely place to work actually.
So you're looking at selling this the freehold with just the use of the shop?
Freehold with the use of the shop.
And what sort of price have people advised you that this is?
Well, we've been told we could get anything from 180, we could get 200. We've had some good offers in already, but we're looking for slightly higher.
So minimum 180, possibly 200 for just the shop
itself.
When the whole property was bought for 240 at auction last year.
That's correct. But then again, obviously, when we sell it, we'll find out their true value.
Yes.
But we did do the numbers very conservatively, so we've done it on the very low numbers, taking into consideration the Brexit, and we didn't know what the market was going to do, and we, you know, based on that, the numbers still worked.
I mean, Kiren and her joint venture partner, they could have kept this as a rental. This would make a great commercial buy-to-let rental, but they've chosen to sell it. But as a sales proposition, it's very attractive because the amount of freehold shops for owner-occupier businesses that they can get their hands on, particularly in this area, they're few and far between. So there's plentiful demand. So you've kitted this out as an office, and there's a bit of a business rates to angle to this, I understand.
There is. When we were doing, when I was sourcing it, I did look at it, and it appealed to me because it's under the threshold of 1200k. So even though it's been split, it's even smaller. So it's still under the threshold. We have applied with the cap for the council for exemption anyway, because you've got to do that as a new process as the new owner. But we don't see that as a problem. That should be happening anytime now.
Yes. So what we're talking about here is when you have commercial premises, you pay business rates, and if you occupy the business premises for 6 weeks, you can then claim 3 months worth of business rates exemption, which is quite handy if you're while you're waiting for the property to sell on and that kind of stuff.
We only discovered that while we were working here, and we were actually managing the project as well. So yeah, it's really worked well for us.
Yes, this has been the project management site office as well. Brilliant. You guys have seen Kiren. You've seen Kiren in the last video. You probably think she is a lovely lady, but behind this lovely lady is a hard-nosed businesswoman. Because your husband runs a building firm.
He does.
And when you put this project out to tender, You put it out to tender to 5 builders, including your husband's company.
Absolutely.
So he didn't just get the job.
No.
He had to fight for it.
Because we were looking at timescale, we were looking at obviously our budget, and we were looking at what do they actually offer in regards to materials, everything. You had to weigh it all up, and so regarding, I'd say my husband, even up till now, he doesn't know what the others quoted.
What I want to know was that, what was it in your husband's company, Jack, his bid, that won it for you at the end of the day?
It's the little freebies he was throwing in for us. We still get to see when we get around the back to see the shop.
Absolutely.
But it's not actually, because I know the delivery as well. But at the end of the day, there was another builder that was very close, and we were going to actually go ahead with that particular builder, but he didn't reply to my emails. And I'm one of those people, if someone doesn't reply to my emails 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, then, and I phone them and they don't respond, then they're off my list. It's as simple as. And so that's how I'm. If that was my husband, I would have done the same. And but there are a few other people that are quite competitive as well. So in the end, we chose the best one in fairness, not because he was my husband in this particular one.
Okay, brilliant. So this really is a fabulous 1-bedroom flat, and I think the conundrum for a lot of people that were looking at this was exactly how to lay out the space. And many people were saying, put the bedroom here, put the bedroom there, but what you've achieved is this: you come into the flat, you don't have a hallway, an entrance hallway, you come straight into the flat. But obviously, and into this lounge kitchen area. But that has some building regulations issues regarding fire. What did you have to do to comply with fire regulations?
Sure. Well, we were told at the beginning, if I was adamant that this is what I want, this is where I want the actual living room, and because originally, like I said, we could have it around the back, we'd have to have these big sprinklers, and and that was going to cost, I think, around about 8 or 10 grand. For 1-bedroom flat, that was quite a lot of money. So I did a lot of research. And then we came across this system called the MIST system, which is really, really good. I don't know if you've taken a picture of the system, but it's really, really swift in the sense that what it is there's a detector over there. It detects the heat, and there's a camera from the actual MIST system.
I've got a badge. Can we test it?
That's funny. But the actual scan, it's the camera, so it scans it, and then it just twirls it around, and what it does is it sprays out mist, and it narrows it down exactly where the fire is, so it doesn't, like traditional sprinkler systems, drench the whole place. Then you get insurance. There's a lot of issues with that. So we found.
It's a well-known fact that when people have fire damage, it's actually not the cost of repairing fire damage is not actually the fire. It's the water damage.
Absolutely.
From the sprinkler systems in the water. So that sort of system makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. And also these mist systems, they just look a lot more better as well, and they're not so bulky. And so we opted for that system. So we did that. So we thought, great, a fire.
So generally, with property, is you can do what you want to do.
Yes.
As long as you make there is usually a rule that you have to follow, or a way of doing it you have to follow to compensate. It's whether it's worthwhile, but doing what you've done here, I think adds significantly more to the value of the flat.
That was the purpose. Was like when somebody walks in from the door, you don't want them walking into a tight, narrow hallway and then turning into their bedroom. And also that would mean that this living room space would have had less light. It's got a natural skylight. We want to use of that. And it's got a window there naturally. And then obviously there's windows here. And then we thought, you know what, this is the best way to make use of the light really as well. But if we'd kept to this, say if we'd had the bedroom at the back, the bedroom at the front and the living space at the back of the kitchen, then there'd be no issues with the fire at all. We show some floor plans on the screen here.
And I think that this is the thing that with this particular site, when it was on sale at auction, very few people understood what to do with the layout. In fact, you had to fire your first architect. I remember the plans that he drew. It was a bit of a dog's breakfast. He got another one in.
Absolutely.
But then I think the magic of unlocking the value in this site was that design inspiration that you had, which actually came from you, didn't it?
Well, because I wanted it, I thought, you know what, if my children lived here, or I lived here, what would I want from this space? I love open living spaces, I love light, I love fresh air, and that's why I designed it around. I'm not a designer by any means, but it just felt like, where would I like to live? How would I like to live? And yeah, that's what I based it on, really.
So let's just have a look at the flat now. We're in the open plan kitchen lounge. You spent quite good money on the kitchen units. Quartz walked worktops, I see.
It's a lovely worktop, very slim. That's in fashion at the moment.
And posh appliances
all
and stuff like that. So it seems as though you looked at what, say, people like the big national house builders do, and tried to be a couple of steps above to make it that appealing, if you like.
I mean, we've even got the washer dryer because, I mean, although we've got a little lobby space at the back, a little galley space at the back where they can put out their washing, but there's no space really. We wanted to make use of the space, so we've got a washing machine and dryer in one, dishwasher, everything that's ready to move in. And the bedroom, of course, this beautiful, large, fitted wardrobe is in there with the mirrors. Very small as well, nice windows with a little courtyard. And the ensuite is fabulous. You've actually done a wet room type floor, which is very unusual in this sort of price bracket. Beautifully tiled and engineered wood floors all over the place. Nice light fittings you've done, the chrome sockets. It really is something that would appeal to a lot of people. And the touch of the blinds, internal blinds and the double glazed windows, absolutely superb. So a lovely, pretty flat, but for me, I need to see the spreadsheet and the figures. So let's just look at it once again. Bought this place for £240,000. Yeah, 244.
£244,000. Rough build cost total.
I would say about 50.
About 50.
About 20 on top.
So we're roughly about what, 320?
About that.
About 320. Now the value of this flat, what do you reckon you're going to get for it?
We could get anything in the range of 375 to even 450.
375, so let's say just 400, keep the figures simple. And the shop at the front, that's going to sell for?
Between 180 to 200.
So let's say you get 200 for it, say. So the total value of the shop and the flat, £600,000?
Yeah, but I'm conservative with my figures, so I would say.
Let's say 550. Then total value. Then you're looking at about 320 build cost. So you're looking at pretty much £200,000 profit from this simple deal. No planning permission. All done under permitted development. A very simple strategy that you can do in most areas around the country. Well, it's not bad. You should be very happy.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant.
We're delighted. My JV partner's really happy.
And of course, if you want to find out more about doing this sort of strategy and other strategies you can do with commercial properties under permitted development and also commercial property buy-to-let, check out our next commercial property weekend workshop. The details are on the bottom of the screen and in the description below. Hope to see you guys at one of those. But this is not over yet. We had Mark from the local Hunters estate agent, didn't he?
Yes.
So he came around and have a look. So let's see what he thought. Wow, this is nice. So I'm here with Mark Dock here from Hunters, the local estate agent. So you've just been around and you've seen this lovely one-bedroom development at Kiren's. How does it compare to the other new build one-bed apartments that are around in the area?
Well, it's got its own personal touch. Compared to the big sort of builders that you've got at the moment, all these big blocks, they're just like square blocks, no personal touch. When I looked at that ensuite, very nice indeed in that. So just got that personal taste in there. It makes it a bit more sort of luxurious and that much nicer as opposed to one of these sort of, the bog standard, stack them up high, get as much as you can in that. So
we are behind a shop, but do you think Kiren's done enough to take away that fact that it is behind the shop?
It doesn't feel like behind the shop here. Me standing here, you wouldn't think you are behind any commercial premises whatsoever at all. Because one, you've got this aspect here that opens, the garden looking at it there, and the bedroom's quite adequate with that ensuite. Plus you've got that little courtyard as well.
It's quite a lot.
And we've got an additional WC.
Yeah, separate WC in a one-bedroom flat.
Yep.
For all the guests as well.
So what sort of buyers do you have on your books for this sort of apartment? Who would live in a place like this?
If it was me on the front line, if I was a salesman right now in my office, I would certainly call out a hell of a lot with my first-time buyers who will absolutely fall in love with it.
And what are they paying? What sort of money are they paying for an apartment like this?
Properties like these can vary anything from 375 all the way up to 450,000. The key is getting their foot through the door. Once their foot is through the door, if they don't fall in love with it, I'll leave my hat.
So Mark, that's too big a range, 375 to 450. I have to pin you down a little bit more than that.
I would say more close to 400. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So, it's all very good. What sort of challenges did you have on this project?
Okay. Apart from our Polish teams and Romanian teams going on holiday at Christmas for 6 weeks, but we had
Religious festivals, what can you do?
So that's not really anything of a problem really, because we had other staff that could, other workers that we could use. The main issue we had was when we were doing the bedroom ceiling. It's connected to the upstairs flat. There was a leak.
Oh, right.
So just when we're doing the ceiling, so we had to sort of hold it off for a little while until it's all run dry.
But you got them to sort it out.
They sorted it out themselves, and then that was it really. So yeah, but that put a hold on the project for a little while because we had to wait for it to dry.
So has this whet your appetite for doing more of these, or do you think it's back to residential rent-to-rent or something?
I don't believe in the rent-to-rent for myself, but ground up and land deals I would definitely look at. But I would say this is definitely appealing. I can see the numbers. I can see this working. It's given me a lot of confidence in doing multiple units now.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking if I utilise all the systems and processes I use as a developer on this project, all I'm going to do is just replicate it and also just add in more kitchens, more bathrooms, etc.
That's exactly what I advise people, because a lot of people want to start off and they want to start off too big.
Yes.
But if you start off with a small development like this, you learn everything,
Yes.
but the risk is low.
Absolutely.
And if you learn on a bigger project, the risk and the failure is amplified, if you like.
Absolutely.
So this is done fantastically well. You must be very, very proud.
I'm very, very happy.
Very, very proud, very, very happy. And now we just got to say it.
Yeah.
Which
That's it.
shouldn't be a problem.
I don't think it'll be a problem. Market's picked up. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for showing us around. It's been great. And please let us know what you think. Leave your comments down below. And let us know what you think about Kiren's and her project. And if you haven't seen the first video, make sure you watch that. And this place was quite a sight when we just picked up the keys.
Big transformation.
So thanks very much, and until the next video, see you guys shortly. Wasn't that truly inspirational? Absolutely fantastic deal, £200,000 on her very first commercial to residential conversion. This is a deal that anyone can do, and there is a gaping opportunity for people to do these deals. Why? Because larger developers aren't interested in these sort of small projects. They're interested in making 50 flats or more out of a large office block or something like that. And a lot of these high street or secondary parade retail units go unnoticed by larger developers because it's too small for them to get involved. And they also get missed by residential developers, people who may have built a simple extension or perhaps done a loft conversion on a house or something, who probably have all the skills necessary to do a conversion project like that, but just not the knowledge. I run, and I've been running for the last 4 or 5 years now, a intensive commercial property workshop to give people the skills and the knowledge they need to successfully invest in commercial property. I've been investing in commercial property myself for the last 20 years, running this workshop for the last 5 years. If you want to get involved, you can do so. You can find out much more about it at the website bakestreetworkshop.com. And I've got a special offer for that's open for you guys, and it's not going to be open forever. At the checkout, if you enter the promotional code Ranjan, that's RANJAN, you'll get a very, very special discount, and you'll have to go there to find out what it is. So until the next video, hope to see you in the workshop, but make sure you've subscribed, hit the bell icon. We release plenty of new content every week, all to give you new angles and opportunities to profit from the wonderful world of property. See you guys next time.
He's nice, genuinely. Forget the camera.